let's read together Psalm 139 and verse 1. May I invite everyone, including our brothers and sisters joining us online. Let's read together this one verse. Ready? O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Now, nagtuo ko nga familiar yun kayo taniya nga verse. Nagtuo ko nga we know what the Psalm 139 is all about. For we know very well that in this psalm, David thought about the characters of God, the qualities of God, and all the attributes of God, particularly that of God being all-knowing. God being all-knowing, or putting it another way, that of God being omniscient. No? Omniscient, being all-knowing. Gani, as you can see in here, we just read verse 1, and he testified diha, na Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. And he went on to say in verse 2, thou knowest my downsitting and mine uprising. So David testified and declared, nga Lord, wa gibahin sa akong kinabuhi, nga wa nimo mahibawi. Gani, according to verse 2, you know my downsitting and my standing up. Diba? Mo man yung gisulti diya. And in verse 3, thou compassest my path and my lying down. So, ang ako ang dalan, bisan pa man ang akong paghigda, and art acquainted with all my ways, nasayod ka. Now, it's just like David saying in today's language, God knows us inside out, correct? God knows us inside out. And indeed, that is what this psalm is all about. Coming down to verse 6. Look at what David here said. As he think about all that God knows about him, and that everything of him is known unto God, he can only testify in verse 6, such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. Lord, the more I think of you and of your being all-knowing, and the more I reflect upon the fact that you know everything about me, I can only be amazed. That is beyond me. That is what David is actually saying in verse 6. It's all beyond me. What else did he say? Gani, nipadayon siya sa pagsutong sa maong kamatuoran. Now, speaking about God being omnipresent. Tanawa ang verse 7. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? He is now thinking about God being present everywhere. And look at what he said in verse 8. If I ascend up into the heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, in reference to the grave, behold, thou art there. Even if I would like to go, if I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost part of the sea, even if I can bring myself to the uttermost, to the end of the horizon, because that is what we see, right? When you look at the sea, the ocean, the end of it is what we call the horizon. And David here is saying that even if I can bring myself as far as the edge of the horizon, now, of course, that is how we would look at it. But we know very well that the earth is round. There's no such thing as edge. But looking at it in a human perspective, yes, that is why we refer to it the horizon. Because when yung naging horizon, ang katapusan na makita sa imo ang mata. Pero kung imo ginang adtuon, why katapusan kay it's round. Nakuha na no? But in any case, that is what David there said in verse 9. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost part of the sea, and look at what he said, verse 10, even there shalt thou thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. Now, what is it all about? Meaning that there is no place that God is not present. Meaning, every place and everywhere is present before God. Unya, the fact that God is present and everything and every place is present before God, na bisan pa man you are able to go that far from God, the fact that His presence is there, He knows that there you are. Dili kang makatago diha niya. So again, even when David here thought about the omnipresence of God, it still would bring us back to that assertion that God knows all of us and everything about us. And He even knows our whereabouts. Kaya ningon siya, ug muadto ko sa kahanginan, you are there. Ug muadto ko sa kadagatan, you are there. Gani, ningon gid siya, nagsugod sa verse 7, whither shall I go? Now, gani in verse 11, ingon siya, even if I can bring myself and hide myself in the thickness of darkness, still I cannot hide myself from you. You know, people love to hide in darkness, for obviously, they will not be seen by people. But look at what David said in verse 12, yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. Yes, physical, literal darkness. It's nothing before God. Because He is ever present, and that what? He is all knowing. So He knows where you are. Like, maghinumdum tayo bitaw in the book of Genesis when God said, where art thou? Yes, the Bible records, where art thou? Trying to find Adam. Now, please understand that God is present everywhere and He knows everything. Meaning, when He asked David, where art thou? It's not for his sake that He asked. It is for the sake of Adam that he be encouraged to acknowledge, Lord, here am I. Now, when my children are in their younger days, no? Sometimes they would play a kind of hide and seek with me and with us parents. Na sometimes, isang hibaw na ta nga asa sila, ngayon ta nga asa nung siya. Although, kining aming ikaduha, si Naomi, she is fond of hiding in some places nga murag maglabad yung imong uukasa ka. E nga gamay mo gud, dali kay magkasalkot ba. Mapasok ko sa aparador, mapasok ko sa nga sa kanang ilang gagmay nga karton. Now, of course, there are times nga sa nahibaw na ka, kunya, because after all you are playing with them, right? But no, when God called upon Adam, all along He knows where Adam was. It was simply for Adam to acknowledge before God, Lord, yeah, I mean. Naman? Because God is present everywhere and everywhere is present before God. Now, as David goes on to think about this, it brings to his mind this one thing that, una, God is all-knowing. Ikaduha, that God not only is all-knowing, He is the all-wise God. And that, ikatulo, that God is infinite in His wisdom. Now, coming down to verse 17 of this Psalm, so padayon niya nga pagsutong, murabag bata bitaw nga nagsutong bang, ngiga sa ako ang papa, no? Ngiga sa akong mama, no? Kaya murabag na amaze siya sa iyahang nakita o nahibawan o kung siya pwedeng mahimo sa ilang ginikanan. That is what David is actually experiencing here. Nga, he reflects and ponders upon God and all His characters and all His ability. Nga, igo lang siyang ma-amaze. And in his amazement, he can only say, look at what David here said in verse 17, how precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God. How great is the sum of them. If I should count them, they are more in number than the sun. When I awake, I am still with thee. Even when I think that I can run away from you and run away from your presence, the fact remains, nga inigmatan ako, kung saan ingon niya, I am still with thee. Not one. Because God is present everywhere. Now, having brought this to your attention, mga kaibigan, I want to focus our meditation on verse 1, which it says there, O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Now, of course, please know that this is in the perspective of David, that he acknowledged that, Lord, thou hast searched me. But you know what? God need not search you. God need not search us. Because even without him searching us, he knows everything about us. Upon dinhi, this is David's understanding about God, no? Describing God's character and God's ability in human terms or in human context. And that is what David said here, O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Now, looking at this verse, mga kaibigan, I want to consider three things about the truth that we can learn from here. And what is the truth? The truth about God knowing everything about us. The truth about God knowing everything about us. Now, three things I'd like us to consider. Una, the thought about God knowing everything about us is, firstly, it is an amazing truth. It is an amazing truth, isn't it? Nga naman? How could you not be amazed with the fact that God has known everything about you? Gani, think for a moment, pause for a while, ponder upon this. God knows everything about us. Ingon na ganito, everything about us. And that is why it's just amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing that God knows everything about us. Now, tuguti ko ninyo nga ako ning isaysay diha ninyo. No? It is amazing because it assures us that there is nothing about us, there is nothing about ourselves, and whatever it is in us that is hidden from God. Gani, kaganiha, ako anang gisaysay ninyo in verse 2 up until verse 6. And what is it that we have read a while ago? David testified, like in verse 2, in today's language, it's like David saying, Lord, every move that I make and whatever it is that I think, thou knowest it. Now, I'm saying it now in today's language. Amo na yung isulti niya, Lord, every move that I make and everything that I think is known by you. What else? Verse 3. I've read through that verse 3 kaganiha, di ba? In today's language, this verse 3 would sound like this. Lord, every step that I take is known by you. Na naman, ang sabi ingon diha sa verse 3 ko, ingon diha, and thou art acquainted with all my ways. It's like David here saying, Lord, every move that I take, every step that I make is known by thee. What else? What else? Come down to verse 4. What does verse 4 says? In today's language, it would sound like this. Lord, every word that I speak. Diba? Now, verse 4. There is not a word in my tongue, but lo, Lord, thou knowest it altogether. So, unsa natin nasayran? Every move that he makes, everything that he thinks, every what? Step that he takes, what else? Every word that he speaks, they are known by God. And what else? Coming down to verse 5, in today's language, it's like David saying, Lord, everything about me is known by thee. Now, with all this, I'm sure if David can say, he can only say, wow, this is amazing. Amazing indeed that David can only say in verse 6, such knowledge is too wonderful for me. Too wonderful. Mingon na gani kang too wonderful, that is beyond. No? Beyond description, Muna, mingon na lang kita, wonderful. Beyond description, that's why we can only say amazing. And that is what this truth is all about. It is an amazing truth. The fact that God knows everything about us. God knows everything about you, and God knows everything about me. Yes, it is just amazing that I am sure you will agree with me that, like David, we can only say, such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high that I cannot attain it. It's like saying, Lord, ikaw na yun. Yun nang makapot o matugkan ang imuhang kaalam. This is very much like the prophet Isaiah saying, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways your ways, for my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, nor my ways than your ways. Now, this truth is a what? An amazing truth. Now, while we are amazed at this truth, I want us to realize that this amazing truth is also an alarming truth. And why do I say alarming? Igo na ni nga makapaalarma nato nga mag-amping ta sa atong kinabuhi, kay ang atong kinabuhi, everything sa atong kinabuhi is known by God. Don't play a fool. Don't play with God. Because we may be able to fool man, but we can never fool God. That is why I would call this truth not just an amazing truth, it is an alarming truth. Now, if you know that God is an all-knowing God, you be careful and you be mindful. Now, even when before you can think of whatever it is that you are thinking, the fact that God is all-knowing should cause you an alarm na ug dili man ang maayo ang imong gitinguha nga pagabuhaton, igo na nga makapugong kanimo sa pagbuhat anang imong gitinguha nga pagabuhaton, because as I have said, this is an alarming truth. This ought to be our safeguard, that as and when we may be tempted to do or attempt to do something that is not pleasing and acceptable unto God, we should be reminded, no, I cannot do this. Because even when the moment that you are thinking o kung sa imong pagabuhaton sa maabot, God already knows about it. That's why I say, this is not just an amazing truth, it is an alarming truth. God is all-knowing. And I want us to realize this. Please listen carefully, my brothers and sisters, that knowing that God is an all-knowing God, please realize and please understand that no aspect or any part of our life is beyond His knowledge. Even the deep recesses, kanang gitawag sa ato bitaw nga mga cavities diha sa atong utok, the deep recesses of our brain and all those pores and portions of our brain and the deep recesses of our heart, whatever it may be nga ato ang gitago diha, God knows it. Meaning, as an alarming truth, the fact that God knows all things, igo na kita mag-amping, magbantay sa itong kagalingon na naamang yung panahon, tawanon na to, that we would fall into temptation and give into temptation. Ay, dahil basta. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Why should I? Ano man? Kaya should you insist, we all know so well that in every action, there will always be consequences. Choices that we make, there will surely be consequences. Granted, sometimes, mabitaw ka na we are always reminded sa pulong sa Ginoo, it is not just about making a choice, but making a wise and a right choice. Not even your best choice. Because the way it is, when we consider a choice as a best choice, we take our own standard to define that to us this is the best choice, without realizing that you are actually deceiving yourself, because not all best choices that you make is a right choice. Kuha na ito mga kaibigan. Kamu nga nagdungog ka na ako diri sa kanang online? Yes. And I want to remind everyone, niini nga kamatuoran. As I have said, familiar kay tani-ani nga nakamatuoran, right? Thou hast known, search me, thou hast known me. But I am sure it never dawned on us that this truth is not just an amazing truth, it's also an alarming truth. It's also an alarming truth. And you know what? You cannot run away from it. Now think about this. A while ago I mentioned that everything that we think, remember verse 2? Every move that we make, everything that we think, every step that we take, every word that we speak is known of God. So, when we say that everything that we think simply means every thought that we have in our minds. Now, ingon na ganit na thought, we need to qualify, no? We need to really look into it. Thoughts can be our intents, thoughts can be our desires, thoughts can be our motives. Now, obviously, we know very well that our thoughts, intents, desires, and motives, it can only be either it is pure or sinful. It can only be either it is holy or evil. It can only be righteous or otherwise. Di gyud pwede nga ang imuhang thoughts maayo o dautan. Dili gina mag-uban. That is why sa matag adlaw nato nga pagkinabuhi, this truth should serve as an alarm. Tayo nang pasabi, sakto gugod ni, maayo gugod ni. Check your hearts. Examine your motives. Examine your intents. Watch out for your desires. Ask yourself, is this pure or sinful? Is this a holy intent or holy desire, or wicked desire? Is it God-honoring desire, or it is pure and simple self-satisfying desire? Kaya dili man pwede mga kaigsunan nga ato na tas uwahi magtimbang-timbang. Mabitaw na, di, napakyas na if dito na ta masayot, aya pa ni alarma, umanang tanan, palpak ang atong alarm. Alarm simply means to alarm us, to warn us, na dili ta masuot anang dapita. And so, while we are amazed na, Lord, how wonderful that you know me. Na naman, I'm secure diha sa imong presensya, that you will watch over me and protect me, because wherever I may able to go, you are always there. Comforting, right? That's why we can say, wow, it's amazing, Lord. Praise God for who you are. But, amazing as it may be, please understand that this truth is also an early warning device. Nasa ato ang matag-adlaw, tawhanon nato ng mga kuan, sa Tagalog ba, marupok ba? Ano ba? Dali kita nga mainggan niyo. Dali kita nga mahog sa lipan. Without us really realizing na it's really a trap, it's really a snare, na gipasulod ka ba? Gipasulod ka sa panuway, somehow you were not able to really discern, you simply look at it superficially, at the outset na, wow, looks good, looks nice. Then isod ka na yan. Only to find yourself that somehow going into it and pursuing it, not only that you have been engaged, but in reality, you have been entrapped and ensnared. Now follow me, huh? Going into it, it's not just about you being engaged in it. Now, you're actually being entrapped. Na so dagig ka sa laan. And then eventually, engage, entrap, and then what? Ensnared. So dagig ka sa lungga. And what awaits? Consequences. Now, kailangan mga kaigsunan na my burden tonight is to bring this to your attention that while we are amazed, while we are amazed in this, yes, amazing and wonderful truth, we need to understand that this is an alarming truth. Please listen carefully, mga kaigsunan. Human as we are, we do possess some kind of addiction and behavior na siguro we would not want others to know, or we are not comfortable na ibawan sa ubang tao. Now, we're not talking here of a particular sin, but kaya bang itong mga kinahiya? No? Na mura ikaw mismo conscious ka nga mura di man siya maayo niya. You feel ashamed na maibawan sa ubang tao. Human as we are na ana. But nothing is hidden from God. Nakuha na to? Even those things, kanang gitawag na to, mga weaknesses, mga insecurities, inferiorities. Yani, kung atong hinungkuman, sa ato ang kaugalingon na pagkinabot sa matag adlaw, we do possess some of these insecurities or infirmities or inferiorities na kutub sa nimo dili na to ma-share sa uban. But somehow we may be able to share it niadtong mga gitawag na to close, no? Sa mga batanon karon mga BFF, ha? Na ma-share nimo na. Now think about it this way. With this alarming truth, and you should know that even when you may be able to hide these things from others, no reason na imo ning matago o itago sa Ginoo. Okay? Now, even those things that we may have been trying and praying that we can overcome, those things that we would rather keep to ourselves, yes, we may be able to keep it from people, but please know, and please know so well, remember, we are here in this alarming truth. They are all known to God. They are all known to God. And you know what? This should encourage us sa matag adlaw to live our life in holiness and in righteousness. Remember, may mga panahon that it can be very enticing. Now, this should be an alarm that set off like na yung mga building karon smoke alarm. Any sign of a smoke alarm. For what? To prevent serious complications out of that smoke. How gyapon na siya sa to? To know this truth about God is amazing. But what I want us to understand is more than just amazing. This is also what? Alarming. Na kanunay unta set in place ang alarm system nga sa panahon na naay mga temptation, naay mga provoking na mga situation, kay mo lagi ka nang gitawag nato nga tawhanon nato nga mga kaluyahon, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, in which we can so easily give in. Kunya dito na dahil ka maminsada ini kahuman. Ayaw. Yes, we all have our share perhaps of these incidents and instances. But may we all be encouraged tonight that while we are amazed in this truth, realize that this is also an alarming truth. This is also an alarming truth. So we have considered this truth as amazing. We have considered this truth as alarming. Now coming to the third and our last, I want us to understand that this truth is most of all, yes, amazing, alarming. This truth is an assuring truth. Now, ang katong alarming pag ukaw to sa tuwa, mabinantayon ta. Kini siya, this assuring truth. To comfort us. The fact that God knows everything about us. We take comfort that He knows what? All of our struggles. You got it all? While in the alarming truth, He knows our thoughts, our intents, our motives, and our desires. Under this assuring truth, we are comforted that God knows our struggles. Nga bisan puod og ikaw naagit kaliwa sa kalisod. Nga nagi panahon nga mabalaka ka, but may you be comforted and be assured nga this is not hidden from God. God knows my condition. God knows my situation. And therefore what? I must wait upon Him. I must hope in Him. I must continue to trust Him. Instead of doing things my way, I'd rather wait for Him to act on my situation. Because as I have said, God being all-knowing is more than just amazing and an alarming truth. It should be to us an assuring truth. For He knows all of our struggles. He knows all of our burdens. He knows all of our cares. Even He knows all of our fears. Now, unong tagkadiyot, atong ihalaw ng mutuhok ba? And somehow, mga kaigdunan, by God's grace, yes, I have been trying to, siguro if you can notice, in a Friday fellowship, I try to format my meditation and message in this manner. I don't do this on a Sunday message. Sunday message, solid. But for easy recall, 1, 2 points, 3 points, dalit na itong hinumduman. Because that is my desire with regards to a Friday online fellowship. So, atong i-review. Lord, Thou hast searched me and known me. It is a what? An amazing truth. It is a what? An alarming truth. And lastly, it is an assuring truth. Now, allowing these three things to sink in deep in us. Now, please listen carefully, brothers and sisters. Knowing all these things tonight and coming together tonight, let us take comfort that God knows all about us. That if there be any burden and cares, may I encourage you. If there be any burdens and cares, may I encourage you, all of you, cast all of them to the Lord. And if there be any burden of uncertainty and fear, mga kabalaka o kadlok o kung sa'y nagapaabot na to sa ugma, commit all of them to the Lord. Rather than you linger on in your fear and in your anxiety, commit them unto the Lord. Okay? Burdens and cares, cast all of them to the Lord. Burden of uncertainty and fear, commit them unto the Lord. Thirdly, if tonight you are with us and joining this gathering, and you are heavily burdened in your heart of sin, of any wrongdoing, mga kaigsunan, there's no other way to deal with it and no relief from it. Kaganiha, burdens and cares, cast. Burdens of uncertainty and fear, commit. Burden of sin and of any wrongdoing, confess. Confess them all to the Lord. and repent. It is only then and only then that there will be that release. Okay? There will always be that release. If it is a burden, you cast it unto the Lord, there is that release of that heavy burden. Burden of fear and anxiety, you commit to the Lord, again there is release. And when there is release, there is peace in you. Can you hear how we sound, right? There's a peace in my heart that the world never gives you. And if there be that heavy burden of sin in your heart, the only way to deal with it is what? Confess it unto the Lord. For in confessing, you are unpacking and unloading that burden of sin in your heart. And in confessing, remember what the Lord said. Come, let us reason together. Though your sin be as crimson, they shall be white as wool. Though your sin be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Brothers and sisters, when was the last time that you come to Him, confessing your sins and repenting from it? True, it could be we have been casting all our burdens and cares. We have been committing everything to the Lord, our fears and our anxiety, but it could be that we have missed out on this third, confessing, acknowledging our sins unto Him. Manaman, there's no other way to find release. There's no other way to have relief. And most of all, there's no other way that you can experience rest. Only when you confess to the Lord. Remember, as I have said, I've been trying to share and deliver a message in our online fellowship in this way. For easy recall, no? There is release, and once there is release, there is relief. And once there is relief, there is rest. Kanabang mayon na yung gahay. Gaan na yun akong pamati. O sa uban pa mayon, magkatug na yun kong maghayan. Mga igsoon, I'm sure we all long and we all desire to have that rest sa ating kinabuhi. You know, as Jesus tells us in the Gospels, each and every day has too much of a burden on its own. How wonderful and how comforting it is na kita, considering that this is an amazing truth and an alarming truth, safeguarding ourselves from all this, so freeing ourselves from whatever consequences, then this ought to be an assuring truth sa matag usa kanato. So, before we come to the end sa ito devotion of Panglandong, again, I encourage you. In whatever situation you may be, in whatever condition you may be, are there burdens and cares, anxieties and fears, or sin? Remember the three, right? Cast, commit, confess. For there, and then we'll have what? Release, relief, and rest. Who among you would not want to have all this? So, it would bring us back to what we have been considering tonight. You want that? Remember these three things about this truth. Amazing, yes. But it's also alarming. And if you're able to look after these things, surely this will also be an assuring truth for you, for me, and for everybody. Kung ingunana ang ato ang kahintang, I am sure each and every day of our life would indeed be meaningful would be victorious, would be joyful, would be triumphant. That even when there may be some troubles and difficulties, we can so easily go through it. Ano naman? Amazing and assuring. And so, to our brothers and sisters joining us online, together with my other brethren here with us, consider these things in your heart.